Holders of XRP, our time is coming. Have 10 days remaining. You must watch the complete new video that Rob Cunningham created. Now let's get started. Every generation has a moment. There will come a time when the future will no longer knock politely, but will instead throw open the door for the XRP army. That time has come because in 10 days, two of the most potent financial forces on the planet clash with history, math, and fate. Suspenseful. It is anticipated that the Clarity Act will be signed into law 4 days after the world's financial system makes a once-in-a-lifetime hard cutover from old rails to ISO 2022, digital messaging on November 22nd. This is not a beta test or an optional switch that will take place globally in a single day. A statute that does something Washington hasn't done for 90 years. It eliminates the use of offshore gaming, secrecy, and wash trading by Wall Street to influence digital assets. Within a week, the money becomes honest, the rails become digital, and the law becomes transparent. Let's examine three giants in this moment. Together, Franklin Templeton, Bitwise, and 21 Shares oversee more than $1.6 trillion. In contrast, Canary Capital, Tiny introduced the first XRP spot ETF, which generated 105 million in volume in just 3 days. Imagine what would happen if the big three, who have more than 5,000 times as many assets, on the field. People are asking why the price hasn't increased since a very short time ago. All of this desire is evident. All of this volume is visible to us. Although the price of XRP is declining, we're seeing it kind of sucked up. I completely realize that a lot of XRP is being bought off at the moment. Dark pools and OTC, correct? There is a limit to how much XRP those dark pools and the OTC desk have, so that a price isn't impacted. They're going to run out entirely eventually. They will then be compelled to purchase that XRP from exchanges and the open market. And it is at that point that the price can actually begin to move. Be aware that the price of cryptocurrency can change significantly when you're an institutional player, buying or selling billions or hundreds of millions of dollars worth of it. This is why dark pools and over-the-counter desks are in place. They do this and trade off the market in order to prevent a potential total collapse of the cryptocurrency market. Because a 5 or 10% decline in Bitcoin might trigger fear among others and lead to a complete collapse, similar to what happened during that liquidity crisis a few months ago. Now let's return to the video. Let's exercise conservatism. Assume that 21 Shares, Bitwise, and Franklin don't perform 1,000 times better. No more than 100 times, not even 50. Canary's first 3 days volume was just 10 times that. In terms of XRP trade, that amounts to almost $1 billion, even with net inflows of 25%. This implies that 119 million XRP must be bought in the next 72 hours. That appeals to me. But here's the twist that makes your spine tingle. Most of XRP is either never moving, institutionally held, staked, escrowed, or locked. According to best estimates, regular retail investors own 4 billion XRP. The bulk of the liquid supply is that. Additionally, ETFs will have to purchase the majority of XRP from retail if they require it. Here's the calculation from the XRP army. From a retail pool of 4 billion XRP, 119 million XRP are required. In just 3 days, 2.2% of all retail XRP was depleted. Additionally, that represents 4.4% of the total retail supply if inflows hit a more aggressive forecast. Prices have historically increased by 12% in a single day when XRP loses even 0.4% of its liquid supply, as was the case during the whale accumulation spike earlier this year. This supply pressure is now multiplied by 5 or 10. It's not a change in price, it's an eruption. The amount of XRP in circulation may be measured. Its daily volume is measurable. Liquidity, inflows, and ETFs can all be measured. However, the analysts are unable to measure one item: conviction. The XRP army is not your typical cryptocurrency group. It is orderly, it's military, it's faithful, it is found guilty, it is not readily broken, and it is unlikely to be sold for a low price. Of course, therefore, trillion-dollar institutions are not purchasing from tourists when they attempt to purchase from holders who have undergone up to 10 years of waiting, the SEC trial, suppression, and shadow bans. They are purchasing from sincere believers, and sincere believers won't give them XRP for $2, $3, or even $10. Listen, I believe that some individuals believe that this is the one event in their lives that has the power to permanently alter their course. XR play will be crucial if this widespread adoption occurs, and cryptocurrency is used on the extent that we anticipate. And I believe that this is my one chance to fully invest in an asset class and determine whether or not I am a gambler. I'm prepared to risk everything. I'm willing to take a chance and see what happens. Have conducted the study. I'm just going to let it ride because I have the conviction. And I believe that many of you share my sentiments. The future lies in XRP, a cryptocurrency blockchain. And we have been waiting our entire lives for this chance. When unwilling sellers meet coerced buyers. The price doesn't change slowly. It jumps. There are gaps. When sellers eventually show up, it reprices. ETFs are consuming millions of XRP, and retailers are unwilling to part with them. There's a thin order book. Market makers retreat. Shorts are liquidated. Additionally, the ETFs have to purchase even more at even greater costs. Bitcoin rose from $1,000 to $20,000 in this manner. Ethereum went from $100 to $4,000 in this manner. In the GLD era, gold rose in this way. Shocks to the supply are not theory, they are in the past. And now, for the first time in the history of digital assets, three forces are coming together at the same moment. On November 22nd, the whole global banking system will be completely digitalized. Massive institutional ETFs will start absorbing XRP from a small 4 billion unit retail pool as the Clarity Act forbids market manipulation, wash trading, and synthetic supply, resulting in truly honest price discovery. The XRP army has been waiting for this moment. The moment when truth meets mathematics, when suppressed value is forced into the light, when liquidity turns into integrity. The dilemma now arises when institutions need to spend trillions of dollars and can only obtain XRP from you and me. When do we ultimately decide to sell? Some will wait, some will sell early, and some won't sell at all. For the first time in history, however, the buyers are more in need of us than we are of them. Absolutely, there is a supply shock. The dates have been decided, the calculations are harsh, there will soon be a demand, and the army of XRP is prepared. The only questions left are when and at what price XRP will realize its actual value. Yes, that was just fantastic. Rob Cunningham, You have my hat, mister. This is Rob's former account if you would like to follow him. Do it, please. And don't forget that Canary Capital is here. BitYCO Hunter Horse is shown here. This guy and the other gentleman are usually confused by me. Here you go, though. Establishing the scene. Everyone ought to be quite thrilled. You know, the cryptocurrency ecosystem is perhaps 15 years old now that XRPL and XRP are over 13. It's all taking place right now. In 2025, this area will become widely used for the first time. Coming on board as a part of becoming mainstream, and Swell has some amazing institutions that are integrating and developing services, but they are mainstream by definition because they are also doing other things. Accordingly, a month is extremely quick for them, and a quarter is quick. Therefore, I believe that the timescales that people are accustomed to are simply being pushed out in the crypto sector. As a result, there is a slight relearning of how to read the news flow. However, I can state with certainty that we have been in business for 7 or 8 years. It feels more inevitable than I have ever experienced. This year, cryptocurrency is coming to modernize the financial system and will become a common asset class. Boom. Do you need anything else? Correct? Do you need anything else? You go now. Bitwise XRP ETF first close. Additional 25 million. Canary completed 17 million. The total is 42 million. Guys, you add ETFs to the other space. In the future, we might be doing 100 million or 200 million every day. The moment has come. Be ready, continue to learn and develop, and we will travel this path together. I hope you found the video entertaining. My name is Crypto Sensei. Please support the video if you did. Please like, share, and comment below. I appreciate you being here. Next time, I'll see you.